that we need to focus on the product or the service instead of simply money. So
Absolutely.
the money's fine as long as it's focused on the product and the service. But when the goal is to make money or it's the love of money, I mean, all I can say is we know where that all goes.
Right.
And we know what we have today. So it's all about understanding money. What is the value?
Right.
What meaning of money? What is it to people?
It's huge. And you know this more than anybody. It's not just in the way of products and material things. Look at our sports teams, look at athletes, like, coaches, all the pressure of money, of reputation, of status to keep the job, of winning. It's not about winning. We all know this. It's not about winning. I mean, in your experience, you're going in and teaching lifelong values, lessons that really, really matter and will help these athletes throughout their entire life, these practices, because it's not just about in the game, but what they learn and practice in the game can translate into their life. I feel the exact same way in the classroom. As a dance teacher, I would always say, this is teaching for life. This isn't for dance, it's for life. And that's across the board in so many of these skills and passions and things. So it's not about that gratification of winning or making money. It's the deeper lesson that really matters. And so I think if people tap in, they would get in touch with that. Well, what's important? Winning this game, or having integrity, or knowing that I achieved something. We kind of downplay those values in our society, and the value becomes winning. Let's bet on this. Who can win this game? Because there's a lot of money riding on the win. But, that really says a lot about the value. Why don't we place more value on integrity, on character, on hard work, on effort?
Yes, and I like so much of that is like a process. It's the processes we're involved in. Help the kids grow, to learn about themselves. And we get so result oriented.
Yeah.
And it's all about, like you're saying, it's all about the winning. And the coaches understand that. When you talk to the coaches, and they understand what you're saying right now.
Yeah.
And what we're saying is that the value is helping these kids really be able to grow, become better human beings, and to fulfill what they're here to do on this earth. I'm just saying. So to become more conscious, more aware, more in charge of their own mental and emotional lives and so forth. All these things can be learned. But when the focus is on winning, all those things fall into the background. And all the coaches would value what we're talking about, except, their paychecks depend on winning. And it's that structure that's set up right now, which, of course, we could get back to greed really easily there.
Absolutely. Yeah. Who's setting these structures and who's buying into these structures? So, the people at the top creating this based on the wins, but all of that is based on the consumers, where they spend their money and their values. And ultimately, because the dollar is the vote.
That's right.
So we as a people are valuing the win. Yeah. And that's exactly what needs to change. That's not what's important.
That's right. Yeah. And that's where the excitement comes. And I know I've talked to a lot of coaches and players about the whole question of about objectifying. And their view is that, from the player's perspective, the game is totally different than from the perspective of the fan. And you can see, so we have a whole different world here. And I spoke to one of the coaches in the NBA, and I'm saying that, hey, we're on the road constantly. I mean, in a way, it can get repetition, can get kind of boring. It's also sort of stressful and it's energy draining because almost playing every other day or something like that. The schedules are unreal. I said, why are the schedules like this? I mean, how good are so many games? You can't even catch your breath between games. But it's all about the money. It's all about the money. It's all about the money. How many can you squeeze in here? And so it's from the perspective of the players, you know, going through these experiences they're having, it's a lot different from the fans' viewpoint, which is more the drama. They see the outer condition of the game. They see the outer viewpoint. And so that's what's exciting to them. And that's where the winning and losing come in. So it's a fine line that somehow you have to play when you're communicating these players and so forth. Like, you know, what's really important is not just the winning, but also your growth and your, you know, it's development of your awareness and your ability to be able to manage your own emotional and intellectual lives and so forth and physical lives. So that those values, you can speak to the players at the same time, let them know that the fans are into this for the drama. They're paying for the drama. They want to see the winning and losing, you know? And that, so we have this kind of interesting thing. It gets back to like, what about objectifying? You know, understanding better about the value of objectifying. That we have a value of objectifying.